We're here to punish some guy for a Doemenel immersion.
As you wish.
I'm a friend of Brick Hunter Doemenel. What did you do to make her so angry? I told her she wasn't my type. Maybe not as tactfully as that, but I didn't want trouble with the most dangerous man in Defiance Bay. How could I know she'd take it so personally? Because she was putting herself on the line? And people usually take it personally when you personally turn them down. Tactfully doing that might still feel bad. Not being tactful about it to I'm not sure what's the relationship there. Maybe is she the wife of the Doemenel house head? Yeah, dude, you got it coming. The Doemenels don't exactly value forgiveness, neither do I. I'll take the cool option. Fight this out. And okay, he doesn't do much damage. I think we're okay with these debuffs. Not much of a job. I suppose it's worth something. Hopefully it'll increase our reputation with the Doemenels enough that we can handle the petitioner in the keep without too much fuss. Do we have enough funds to... We might want to deal with the prostitute situation. We'd have to do a little bit of a job for the owner of the establishment to get a 500 copper discount, if I recall correctly. Not sure if we're gonna get a discount out of the prostitute. I don't recall why we got a discount out of her the first time. But that would save us a lot of money. It will still cost us thousands. For the life of me, I don't recall what we're buying from it. But I do recall I didn't feel too bad about it. I mean, what we got was more or less worth it. But we got it because of the end result of the quest was certain, so I'm sort of thinking of following the same path.
Hail and well met.
I've dealt with Kolpe. She's very pleased about this. I killed the sorry fool. And took pleasure in your work, I see. I thought you'd be the right person for the job. How's Doemenel moderate positive? Okay. What exactly do
Good day,
you
stranger.
sell? Firearms. Exceptional though. It's not fine, exceptional. That's something we can't do now. So extra 15% of damage, extra 4 accuracy. Plus 3 dexterity. Plus 2 dexterity. Use stealth. Plus 10% finishing blow damage. So rogue specific gear, quite a lot of it. Not particularly interested. Yeah, I'm not doing this mission. Well, if the reputation isn't enough, we'll just have to do something else with the stronghold guy. However, as prostitute, we are looking to get a level up to 1500. Well, it could be enough, I mean, for the prostitute, but I doubt it. It's probably a few hundred at most. It has a lot of money riding on it, so it could be more valuable. Might, might as well do it now. Before we can, well, if we want any kind of discount, we'll have to deal with the flux situation first. I think it's this house. We have a reasonable amount of casting power. We have our summons, so I guess we're about as good as we're gonna get. Not actually sure it was this place. Well, somewhere around here anyway. Deal with the instigator behind the attacks. Hmm, that's a lot of thugs to have to deal with.
Good day, stranger.
Oh fuck, what did I choose? Okay, now you're a logical sword. My ass made it so only the rich can afford. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Um, I'll think I'll resolve it through intellect. We're not getting really anything from just pointless fighting. 135 experience. We might have missed out on some loot. That's always true. But I doubt it would be something you would miss. It's just a random group of thugs, for God's sakes. We're doing it for a minor discount to see a prostitute, so when we start talking about unique items or superior or exceptional items, then you might have something. I doubt they have anything that good. And most of the unique items are sort of rubbish anyway. Usually tend to have one minor extra enchantment.
Gods keep you.
Yeah, I talked with the ringleader, she agreed to leave you alone. Fine pay, minor positive, 600 copper, 540 experience. So it should be less than 1000 to get the level up. Then we talk about Cyril. 500, sure. 600, and we get the level up. Earn 649 taxes. I'm a bit worried about doing defense missions. I mean, we start right at the center of the enemy group, pretty much. No guards to help us, no companions to help us. So how the hell are we gonna deal with that?
Good day, stranger.
Tristan. Soul or might help. I don't think so. I'll buy it for me. Ooh, intellect 18. I wish 6,000. Yeah, that's quite a bit. 4,000 is still a substantial amount, but yeah, I'll do it. We know this is the way to get the hmm, get what we want. And I'm getting rid of the eternal funding ring. That's no good. But I got the impression that it gives you the couple of copper pieces every stronghold turn. So even if we would keep it throughout the entire game, we would basically get maybe a few hundred coppers from it. It is not worth it. Not worth missing out on something useful. Okay, what was it? What exactly are we gonna get from this? This was very expensive. I don't want something just mildly interesting. I want something good. Otherwise, it's not worth it. We could have saved that money and buy something. One of those statues that allows us to summon a proper creature to aid us instead of just a couple of minor bugs. It's not like they're terrible, but they've outlived their usefulness at this point. Probably got the meeting with Roderick soon. In delaying that and delaying that and delaying that, and it becomes. It should definitely be within our reach now. I think we were level 4 or 5 and we did it with a group. Now would be level
Well met,
7.
Brent.
What exactly did I get? 2,000 coppers? That it? What? Well, that's rubbish. That is absolute rubbish. I did have another option. Uh, Probably an autosave.
Hail, traveler.
What exactly did we get? 2,000 coppers and a cloak of many feathers. I don't recall getting this last time. Well, this sucks. Dexterity and athletics or +2 perception. Still, dexterity is useful. Athletics has proven to be useful too, and it would mean we could get by certain challenges by simply putting on a cloak instead of wasting valuable skill points on it. It's not exactly totally worthless, but we still spent a couple of thousand on it. Lyrical error. Well, we're not gonna do that. Ah,
As you wish.
I'm disappointed. But it is what it is, and it's not like it's totally useless either. We got a ring out of this, 400. But we artificially raise a couple of stats with these. If it's done, I'll live with it. We're still fairly wealthy, but I'm still disappointed in that. I'd like to get the 400 experience before going to see Roderick. Heritage Hill might be a good place. Find Jerin's family. Anyone here with the name B? It was a jeweled pommel or a hilt. So you think that maybe some wealth is involved. Non-noble. No. Something to keep an eye out. I'm thinking of dipping my toes in Heritage Hill. There's the wicks or whatever they have there, but they basically be vessels. So I'm thinking we might have an easier time dealing with them. And we don't need a lot of experience to get the level up. So anything minor done here, escort some of the who the fuck were they? Some of the local militia guys out of here. That should be enough.
Good day to you.
$300.
They won't see me coming.
That's a lot of hostiles. Definitely going to take them on, but it might be better to try to get rid of the patrols first.
Where there's a pick, it's finished. There's a way.
You're a pick. Gargoyles are fairly dangerous. I think they paralyze or something like that. You missed! How could you miss? You roll a fucking 4. Ugh. It's weakening us. That's not that bad. Not exactly great either, but still. Daze them. Right. This is... yeah, I'll just load. I could have survived that, that's not the problem. It just pisses me off to get those terrible, terrible, terrible rolls. I didn't really expect that the other guy would join in the fight. Might as well wait for him. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I don't think we quite have the luxury of just ignoring him and doing this a little slow way.
Lava will be on sea.
Doing a reasonable amount of damage to him, and he's basically just shrugging it off. Yeah, we've done easily over 100 points of damage, and still just injured. You wouldn't happen to be vulnerable to shock. Hit reflex.
Lava will be on sea.
42 shock and just Jesus fuck. How much hit points do you guys have?
So
65. Here it
much
is.
for you.
Another 44 points of damage. This isn't gonna go down. Okay, I'm actually very glad I came here. I definitely underestimated Dargul danger. They're more or less on the same level with a troll or something like that. Without the regeneration. Very, very troublesome. That fucker. It's a skeletal fighter. Roll of 1. Ooh, you son of a bitch game.
Lava will be on sea.
Yeah, at least 80 points of damage, and it's actually doing badly because of it. Can we do it this way?
So much for you.
Okay, these guys are definitely more dangerous than I give them credit for, but we're getting a reasonable amount of experience out of killing them. So if we could do basically anything here, it would be enough to get the level up. Escort the people here to the gate outside, but we would need to clear the way there. Banshee might help us in the fights, but just a ghoul.
A blade in the dark.
Ghoul is not dangerous. The ghoul is very dangerous. Come on, finish it. Yes, we're getting valuable vessel flesh out of this. What exactly do you need for the better scrolls? You need the next level, basically. Then there's the gemstones. Right. After that, definitely gemstones holding us back. Hmm. I have the lore to do this. Adraban, this is like third act stuff. We could naturally just buy these scrolls, but it still requires 10 lore. I don't think we have anywhere near that. Well, we have 6, we could probably get it to 8 and then raise it through an item, and we need to cast those, at least temporarily. Later on we might want to raise it further. Alternatively, go with extra mechanics for now. But you certainly are starting to face serious fights, so giving access to better scrolls wouldn't hurt. Problem is, we're not going to be able to make better scrolls for a while. Level 9. Level 4 is already fairly good. 9 projectiles. So that's potentially taking down very troublesome people. Not warriors, but let's say they have a support caster I need to get rid of quickly. That might be might on its own do it, especially if I can up my accuracy by 20 points. Get the quality hits in.
It's finished.
Plus 10 defense against spells. What exactly do we have now? It's 2 perception. Plus 10 against spells is probably more valuable. I mean, we can be played out of the fight very easily with a very simple spell. 150 points. Gargoyle Ghoul. Right. This is looking good. Dargul, we can basically ignore the ghouls, focus on the Dargul. Not sure what we should open up with.
Moe Ixi Ana.
I need to be able to get rid of the Dargul. Okay. We should screw over the ghouls very thoroughly. 4 graces, 6 hits, 1 crit. Right. Question is, what are we gonna do? We have negative intelligence from something that we're sickening. What exactly does this attack? Fortitude. They have very high fortitude. Reflex for the damage, though. Hmm.
Lava room beyond sea.
What the fuck did that do? 2 misses, 2 graces. Well, it didn't really do anything. That's what it did. I could hold it down, kill it. This is probably not gonna really would work on them. I'll just get rid of you guys then. There you go. I'm not sure at what point I should use the box. It says to go against Dargul. Gonna come within attack range? Yes.
Lava room beyond sea.
Don't think we're gonna get a good chance to... Well, we're not gonna get a better chance than this.
Pests.
At least that oh, for fuck's sakes. This is terrible.
Lost the spell. Yes. So much for you. Love so much for that one. So
We're doing lesser sneak attacks. But the stock only hit him for a few seconds.
much for you. Lava beyond sea. So much for you.
What the heck am I gonna do with you? Just fight normally, I guess. He's giving up. I'm not letting you give up, sorry guy. Gonna try to fight it normally. See how it goes. It's not like we're totally hopeless. We burn them. We can still very easily lose this. I mean, he can paralyze on a good hit. Not quite sure where the paralysis comes from though. Come on! Don't lose this. Ah, damage. That's just pathetic.
They won't see me
And
coming.
I can't fully recover anymore. How close are we to the level up? Very, 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 very close. But still not there. And I think we'd have to fight a similar quality fight before we can successfully get the hell out of here. I don't even know what route he's gonna take. If he goes through here, we would have to fight a fight there, but if he goes somewhere there, who knows how bad of a fight it's gonna get. Well, we do have to rest here no matter what. Not sure if we have the option. Vessels, it's a good choice. Let's go meet these guys inside. If we successfully do this, it gives us the experience. I think it doesn't matter how this ends as long as we report it. Let's get the experience. I don't want to be clever with her, that ended up without a fight the last time. Okay, you're under her command. I see. We should get moving. Okay. Attack or leave? Can I leave? Form up and stay on your guard. We'll move. We'll have to move quickly. So if I don't bring it up myself, it's going to lead to an automatic attack. Do I have a... If I bring it up, do I have some additional choices? Or is it just a mandatory fight?
Of course.
So... Right, good luck fighting all these.
Lava.
And we're not doing anything anymore. And these aren't the vessels. I'm really not sure what would be a good option for us here.
Lava.
And we missed. He has a reflex. Yeah, this was a reasonable miss. However, I'm dead. There's no fucking way I can dodge all this. Terrified, weakened, stuck. Yep. This is too much for us. I need to have something better. So something better to open up with. I've got nothing.
As you wish.
I could buy time with the creatures that I can
I'll see
summon,
it done. It's
but
finished.
I don't have hitting power after that, so I'm buying time before they get me. I don't have the accuracy to hit her. I think their weakness is fortitude, spirits in general. Need less than 100 points at this point. I don't really have great fortitude attacks. I think I have. That's not it. This does prone effect on a fortitude, but you still need to hit first. You could hit one of the. I think this is fortitude, right? But it's too weak to do any real damage. Gargoyle. Are you a lonely Dargle?
Lava room beyond sea. Lava room beyond sea.
How much is the extra 20% of sneak attack? $16, $20, $16, $10, $15, $14, $15, $16, and it still takes forever to bring a Dargul down.
So much for you. So much for you. Lava room beyond sea.
That should be enough.
So much for you.
Yeah, I was wondering where the 21 damage comes from, but the raw damage is added to the right. So the numbers we see here are the accurate numbers.
So much for you.
Yeah! What did we get? Grants Lengrat's displayed image when hit by a critical hit. The fuck is that? Plus 20 deflection, plus 20 reflex for 15 seconds. 2 per encounter. When hit by a critical hit, 2 per encounter. I think it's more accurate. No. Was it always plus 15 accuracy? I don't recall. Probably yes. Cause dominate afflictions 15 times. I wonder if the path you take determines what kind of special ability you get. We could have attacked prone targets too, but that's very hard. You'd have to have someone doing the prones, or usually for that to work. Cause dominate affliction 15 times. I think it would basically increase the chance to cause dominate effect. This is basically a very accurate scepter that does some raw damage. That's it. The other abilities are not in the slightest bit interesting as far as I'm concerned.
A blade in the dark.
Just slightly amusing, but I think we can do better. I recall some kind of a wand or a scepter that had a chance to stun. That would be We could basically try to stun lock something with our high perception and bomb bonuses. That's a realistic possibility. Still, we're not really getting experience of these skills, so we need to get something done. Find new places. Revenants. Revenants would be what we can expect with the Lord too, so be a good practice target for us.
So much for you.
That's three revenants, 4 revenants, 5 revenants. Okay, there might be revenants coming our way.
Lava room beyond.
They're not that tough. I mean, 28 points and it's injured. Not exactly saying that I want to go on in hugging range with them. Just saying 2 spells will probably weaken them enough that I can use the Holy Radiance to just kill them off. There we go. Right, they're fairly harmless. They're like Zorip level harmless.
They won't see me coming.
80 points. Plus 50 maximum endurance, plus 50 max health. Reasonable duration too. That would have multiple... What were they? Darghouls? Dalghouls? Whatever. Darghouls. That might be a bit of a problem, especially since we've spent quite a few spells already. But there should be the tower here too. Just locating and the weird woman, so just us visiting them might be enough.
It's rude to stare, you know. A survivor. An incredible act of animancy.
They won't see me coming. I'll see it done. It's finished.
$35 points.
Where there's a pick, there's a way.
15 points. Sure what I want to do about the prisoners. I think you can... I don't want to free them. I do recall one thing. There were options to deal with the guy in the tower by bringing him extra food. So I'd like to keep the extra food option there. That probably refers to prisoners. I mean, what do I care about the prisoners? I don't. I need to just find the tower and I'll get the level up. And then we'll just escape the district. I'll head to Durford or Lord Roderick's castle. Durford might be problematic. Even though we might have some interesting options there, I still think we're going to end up fighting at least somewhat. So Roderick would be more suitable target for us. We should have the capability to deal with them, especially with level 4 spells aiding us. We'd have two of them, but at that point they should be powerful enough that they can actually make a difference. Where did this come from? Perception. Light endurance restoration. Ooh. Ooh. I'm thinking of buying the gloves that had like 6 per rest wizard spells. Corrosion damage and some raw damage maybe. Things like that. I mean, it's not a huge amount, but it's still 6 attack spells basically you can use. And corrosion damage is very effective against a lot of targets. Ooh. Like a powerful ghoul. Miss Grace hit, so we didn't hit them all that well. Fine. We're gonna rest soon anyway. Are you gonna cast or not? Apparently not. Why am I casting? These are weaklings. Right, and I have a great accuracy bonuses against them. I level up now. Right. 9 points. Oh, new level of lore. Alternatively, lore and mechanics. I'll take the new levels of lore. Do I take the mechanics? This would allow us access, standard access to all scrolls except one. And the lore, and that's it. And I'm sort of thinking I might leave the lore here, especially since mechanics is sort of weak, and athletics is sort of weak, and it's fairly expensive to raise athletics. Mechanics at this point. So, right, it would help with trap accuracy too. Just the new spells then. Barring Death's Tor. Prevent death for 30 seconds. Probably can't target myself. And it's not like it wouldn't help us. It would literally prevent death, not just getting knocked out, so it's totally worthless. Devotions for the Faithful. For 46 seconds, plus 4 might, plus 20 melee and range accuracy. Foe area effect, minus 10 might, and minus 20, minus 20 melee accuracy and range accuracy. So this is just massive. Even if I just cast it on myself, it's extra damage and accuracy. And if there's foes there, they're gonna take a huge negative on damage and accuracy. So again, for 46 seconds, even if it gets cut in half by getting a grazing hit, it's still a significant amount of time. If it gets a critical, it's a massive amount of time. And the radius is nice too. Not massive, but significant. Immunity to dazed and confused. We already have confused immunity. Dazed immunity doesn't matter much, but it's nice to have naturally. Shitty heal we're gonna use. Searing Seal, 20 to 35 burn damage, and blinds targets. Well, at least it has a. Blind is actually quite nice. Accuracy is reduced by 25 for all sources. Perception reduced by 4. Movement reduced by 2. Reflex deflection is reduced by 20. So that might be the more interesting aspect of this. Not seeing good attack spells though. Shining Beacon might be one. Triumph of Crusaders, plus 200 endurance per kill. Doesn't have a duration. Imparts to allies the favor of righteousness in battle. When an ally in the area of effect delivers a killing blow, he or she regains endurance. So basically, if there are kills to be made, we can restore our health back to full. This probably isn't too good now because we have pretty much half that endurance amount. Later on the other hand, it's probably much better. Depends on the fight. I don't know how exactly this works. I haven't really tried that too much. Probably a failing. Again, a failing of mine. I didn't want to test out too much with spells because I had 6 guys, and if you basically try to learn all the guys at the same time, it takes a huge amount of time. And I was sort of, since everything was more or less rolling on smoothly anyway, I didn't bother with it. Now we don't have that luxury. Shining Beacon. Okay. Bow area of effect. Minus 10 all defenses for 14 seconds. 113 burn damage over 14 seconds. Against will. Conjures an intensely luminous beacon of light, causing enemies in the area of effect to take penalty to all their defenses and accrue burn damage over time. It's a nice amount of burn damage, but it also takes a huge amount of time to get that damage. What type of area are we talking about? It's like a fireball basically. Puts a dot on them. Would it work well with a combusting wound? I mean, because it lasts so long, 14 seconds, it'll tick at least 4 times. That'll be left at 12 seconds. Extra 2 seconds can do extra damage, but it won't be a full tick worth. But each tick could do extra damage, and burn damage probably. I don't know. But at least it's probably a good spell to cast in combination with others. I mean, for 14 seconds it's gonna keep doing the damage. I don't think you can stack these, but you could cast this to start with, then start with the burst damage. I don't know. I don't know how well these work, but I think we're looking at enough abilities that yeah, I can do the Roderick Castle. I have to be able to do Roderick's Castle. Hopefully we'll get enough money out of this that I can buy another summon something item. I can probably do it now. The first village had a one for 6,000, 7.5. We can buy a more expensive one for 15,000, but frankly, I'd like to have 2 summon things already. The scarabs are nice, but in a tough fight, realistically they're gonna get slaughtered very quickly. So if I'd had, it doesn't really matter if it's has a huge amount of killing
Keeping an
potential.
eye out.
It just has to be something, anything to throw their way, to act as a delay, to do some damage, harass their support casters, anything. And I'm betting I'll get tens and tens of thousands of coppers throughout the entire game. So it's not like it's gonna be a huge problem if I buy a weaker summoned creature that I don't have much use for later on in the game. Danger Wizard Fighter. How powerful is this? 102 burn damage over 4.7 seconds. It should basically tick twice, right at the start and then at 3 point. I wonder if we could push it forward up to 6 seconds. That would be quite a feat. I don't think that's impossible though. By the way, um, the key. We need to handle the petitioner situation there. We don't have the Doemenel reputation. I'm thinking of just buying him the way out with 1,000 coppers. See if it unlocks anything. Are we gonna get some kind of a reputation out of it? Anything, some kind of indication. So treat that 1,000 copper as a sacrificial throwing away of monies. Got the dungeons. Sure if I want anything else. Barracks allowed hirelings. I don't particularly want to use hirelings. I don't think it really defeats the purpose of playing a game like this solo. It's just that I might as well try to see what we can do with just soloing. Not relying on anyone else for any reason. It has its consequences, but that's to be expected. We're gonna have to do the Warden's Lodge at some point. The money is very welcome too. High level bounties. The thing is, I'm not sure if this is the correct time to buy it. Because we're thinking of spending other cash, but at the same time, we can sell stuff easily to get a couple of thousand. Fine items, just trash them, get rid of them. Requirement not met. I'm not gonna do that job for a while. So take the copper and see what happens. Hylia's Tits, right. Potion power, and that's it. Attack speed, max endurance. It's not terrible by any means, but I wouldn't have paid for some rubbish like that. Warden's Lodge construction. Finishes in 14 days, 25 hours. So we're not gonna hear from him anytime soon. But it does seem that there's some kind of a end result and consequence to that, though. I want to go to, what the hell was it? Gilded Vale. Either way, I want to go to the shop and see the summon creature item that we can buy from there. It's not gonna be, yeah, Gilded Vale. I don't. It's not gonna be too powerful because it's in the first town you ever cross your paths on, but if it's an individual summon, it's probably stronger than the beetle, though. Ah, for fuck's sakes. Um, Someone came to offer their services, but we don't even have barracks, so that's not gonna happen. Gonna be joy to fight things like vampires in larger groups. Ah, already looking forward to it.
Hello.
Okay, what was it? Oh, maybe it wasn't here. Ooh, bronze horn figurine. An animal. Animat would be a lower level than I am currently, but they had fairly high armor classes, at least ones I've faced. Well, that was all the money I had. I'll take a grappling hook too. Maybe camping supplies? No. 5094. Can I mitigate this horrible thing to me? I'm selling everything that's normal. Maybe not the rifle. We have the disappointer though. These were only worth a few hundred. It's always the finer weaponry that's more valuable. But we don't really have duplicates there. Daggers. Still one of them not. Two fine hide armors. I'm leaning towards just selling everything that's not unique or enchanted. We could hold on to a pair of clothes, though, for the simple reason that it would have no speed recovery negatives, really. Middle clothing. Like, uh, what the fuck happened to it? Anywho, Non-magical hats. I'll keep the Boudica hood. That might prove useful. Uh, could sell some of these. I think I have a minor ring of deflection on my finger. Two cannot possibly have any use. At the same time, there's no real need to sell some of the traps. They sort of suck. We have trap spells of our own. Maybe some of them raw damage. But, ugh, Jesus Christ, these are terrible. Right, straight 2,500 down the drain. Ah, within my own inventory. Hmm. Level 4 potions. Potion of Major Endurance. Plus 100 Endurance. Not sure if I want to make these. Uh, a lesser one would suffice for now. Even a Potion of Major Endurance. Deflection and Reflection for 45 seconds. Plus 50% attack speed. Something like this could be very useful in certain situations, but I don't think I want to start making potions with that in mind, like just build for the sake of building them. Reflection until critically hit or hit. Hits convert to crits. This would be a useful one. Long duration, 60 seconds. This is what we're gonna have to do with the boss fights. Basically pile up a huge amount of things that have a longish duration and then basically hope we get more or less lucky. Full work against the elements. I think I have these. Not sure if we need to make them. Iron skin could be useful. Because some grazes are still very damaging to us. Nature regeneration puddles. Not sure if I want to waste pearls in that shit. Minor endurance is another matter. It's not that expensive and we don't seem to have use for these. Uh, what I want is instant heal, not the... Let's wait for 10 seconds and see if we can get health. And 50 should be enough because we have 100 at maximum. I'm not gonna wait until I'm dead to start healing. Right. Right. Excellent. Fantastic. Do we have any obvious things we could add? We have a new level after all. Pierce proof, shock proof. Maybe crushing proofing. Almost no one use shock spells. Additional pierce proofing. We have a belt for this. Pierce and slash, and they already stack. So if I add more, I don't think it makes a difference. But crushing, I think that would make a difference. We're lacking roots. We're lacking worm wings. Worm wings and awakened root. Also beetle shell. I know where to get the worms. Getting these wouldn't be a big problem. But we can certainly live without this extra protection for a while. Here we would need gems. Yes, the diamonds. Gotta have diamonds. Exceptional requires additional level, and Withrak brains and gems. So yeah, enchantment wise, I don't think we can do much for a long, long time. I guess we're heading toward Lord Redrick. Seem to be in perfect health, more or less. Good amount of spells. Uses for summoned creatures. Um, we've lost a lot of first level spells, and resting would be free, so we'd be foolish not to take advantage of this. 7,000 experience points. At this point, I don't think it makes sense to stare at your experience point meter. It requires so much things for you to do that the level ups is just gonna happen at one point, and even then we're only going to get additional castings of existing spells. So how we are here, we're gonna
Gods
have to
keep you.
be for a long, long time. Perception mechanics. I'll just take the fee. I don't think we've missed anything in here. We've cleared the path to the Redrick site anyway, so it's just as good as go there in the first place. 14 hours. I'll leave things here. It's a sizable place. I think we can walk through it, especially on the lower levels without too much fuss. But fight against Roderick and his immediate guards is probably still troublesome. Expire. Confront Lord Redrick the Seventh inside Redrick's keep.